Hi there, I'm Zach from the Bayley-Hay team. Our team has been servicing the Barrie and surrounding areas for 38 years, and we post videos about the key details and trends within the market and how it will affect you. In our past videos, we have spoken about the detached housing market in Barrie and sharing with you the history of our recent market. We thought an interesting deep dive into that history would be looking at the detached market sectors, 600 to 800,000, 800,000 to 1 million, and 1 million to 1.5 million. We will go ahead and look at February versus May versus September of 2022 to give us an understanding of the movement of each sector at different points of the market. First, let's look at 600 to 800,000. The reason why we want to look at the market in separate sectors like this is just because looking at the general overview of the market doesn't necessarily always depict the same trends across the board, which means houses that sell for 650,000 can often have a different story than one that sells for 1.2 million. When looking at the 600 to $800,000 bracket for February 2022, the first thing you'll notice there is there really wasn't a lot of sales to use. The reason for that is the market was at its peak and there was virtually nothing selling below 800,000. The main takeaway here is that the average sale was going for 9% over the asking price and for an average of 731,000. For the same price bracket in May, where we really started to notice the market slowing down, you can see that the number of houses sold in this bracket has increased by 700%. The average sale price remained static for the most part, but the average house was now selling at asking price, just about 1% over asking to be exact. Now this is where all the data comes together. This bracket has the most sales in September of all the brackets we will be looking at. The average price has come down significantly and houses are now on average selling for 3% under asking. The next sector of the market is all homes sold between 800,000 and 1 million. This is typically the most high traffic area of sales in the recent past. As you can see, there is a significantly higher amount of sales in February versus the 600,000 to 800,000 sector. Here you are seeing massive dollars over the asking price, 19% or 151,000. As we transition to May, the overall amount of sales in this sector stayed very similar, but the prices dropped quite a bit and the houses were only selling at 1.6% over asking versus 19%. The amount over asking dropped from 151,000 to 14,000. Now, into September, the pure amount of homes sold has dropped significantly in this sector, with a portion of the homes that were selling for over 1 million now dropping into this bracket of pricing, which is part of the reason why the average sale price stayed relatively high compared to May. You're now seeing houses in the 800,000 to 1 million range selling for 4% under asking on average. When we look into the 1 million to 1.5 million range, the trend you will likely spot is similar to the previous brackets. We're seeing number of houses sold trickle down over the months with the list price rising while the sale prices and percentage of list price start to come down. Something interesting to note though is in September, the prices actually rose a bit in this category versus the May pricing. What this speaks to is the fact that very nice homes are still able to sell for premium dollars even in this tougher to sell market. In summary of all this data, it appears that among the first two brackets, the 600,000 to 800,000 and 800,000 to 1 million, the trends were quite similar. We saw significantly lower list prices with higher sale prices and going well over asking in February. Then in May, those asking prices rose as the houses were no longer going 20% over asking. The sellers were trying to list in more accordance with the price that they actually wanted. Come September, the market became more saturated with listings, bringing the sale prices down further and consistently selling under asking. However, when we look at the 1 million to 1.5 million bracket, the prices actually held firm since May. In part, the market isn't as saturated at those prices as they are in the more common prices, but also, as we mentioned earlier, when homes in this bracket are very nice throughout, the buyers are still willing to pay top dollar for them. Keeping in mind the amount of sales in this bracket are quite low. And as more sales come in, the data can be influenced either way somewhat easily. Thank you for listening to our video today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at any time. Looking forward to helping you and the people you care about every step of the way. Make sure you stay tuned in with us for our next video. Bye for now.